Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I am bringing back a powerful guest because she has something that's really exciting going on in October. So let's welcome Elizabeth Neverett back to the show. How are you doing this morning, Elizabeth?
Hi, good morning, Michael. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing very, very well. I was so excited to see about what you're putting on in October. I've already signed up, and my wife's coming out. But why don't you just share with the audience what's coming up in early October?
Absolutely. So we are throwing on the largest event, first of its kind here in Houston, Texas, October 4, 5, and 6. It's called Wholescaling Live. And the idea behind throwing this event is because we noticed, well, we're in a big city. We're always traveling. I'm always finding my colleagues in, if it's not Arizona, we're finding each other somewhere in Florida. We're meeting up in other cities. And it's because a lot of events, Dallas as well, a lot of events are thrown in these other big cities, right? But what about Houston? We're a big city. We have a lot of people wholesaling here in this beautiful city and this whole state of Texas. So why not create a large event? No pitching. It's going to be 100% valuable content to help people that are actually wholesaling right now take their business to the next level. So I'm really big on this whole level up movement. I don't know if you've seen, but it's
Yeah.
been quite some time. I've been doing hashtag level up for quite some time. And it's just been in my mind that we have to level up. We have to level up. And when you think about leveling up, you think about, well, you're going to level up in your business. You're going to level up on your systems and processes. But you also want to level up with the people you're collaborating with, and also as an investor. What does that mean? And that kind of ties into why we created Wholescaling Live. I am partnered up with Charles Nguyen, Ricardo Rosales, and Nelson Martinez. The four of us just came together and we're like, look, we all share the same core values within our companies. We operate with high level of standards. We are big on ethical value and just working with people where we can have repeat business on a continuous basis. Because what good is it that if you're doing business one time and you don't continue, right? So discussing those items, we thought, well, what we're going to do is we are going to get together and we're going to bring an event to Houston. We've made some amazing contacts throughout the U.S., some major heavy hitters, and we're going to bring them to our city because most of them actually have never come to Houston. Some of them are coming for the very first time. So we aligned ourselves with major, we call them wholescalers, right? Because these are people that are doing phenomenal in their business. They're hitting high marks and are people that we all look up to. Some of them are our friends, some of them are our mentors, and all our colleagues. And we just decided to just go for it. And we're calling it Wholescaling Live, where you come as a wholesaler and you leave as a wholesaler.
I love that tagline. I saw that. It was one of the first things that caught my attention. Um, why don't we just put it out there? Why don't we just talk right now about who you have keynoting the event? Because I've been following him for quite some time and looked at him as
Right.
one of those people that you put up there and you're like, wow, he's amazing. So let's talk about him.
Yes, so our heavy wholesaler and major powerhouse entrepreneur and real estate wholesaler, our headliner is Rafael Vargas. He hails from Tampa, Florida, and we're super excited to have him. He is young. He's 27, I believe. And sorry, Rafael, if I'm giving you a year older. I believe he is 27, super young, and he started about 6 years ago in the industry, and he connected himself with phenomenal mentors. Actually was able to spend a week with his first mentor, which is Gary Harper with Sharper Business Solutions. He's an amazing go-giver, and he sought out very high level mentors to get his business pretty much establish himself at a young age and put systems and processes from the very beginning, which have been his solid foundation to build the grand business that he has today. So he's doing about 80 wholesale deals a month, all virtually. Oh, can you believe that? That's amazing, right? I mean, 80 deals a month virtually. You have a lot of people that can barely do one or two locally in their own market. So that just tells you how amazing of an event we're going to have. And what I love about Rafael, I've heard this story, and I'm going to share a little tidbit that Gary Harper shared with me last week, is that he met Rafael Vargas before he blew up and became this amazing influencer in our industry. And I love how he just pretty much shaped the story of Rafael. I'm not going to tell the deep end of it, but I will say that Gary made an emphasis that when he met Rafael at a tender age of 2021, he was really big. Since then, this is what amazes me. Since then, Rafael's thought process was, I want to be a leader, but I want to be successful. I want to be the epitome of success, but it's not about the quantity of success. It's the quality of success, which is key. And that really, people that think that way really separate themselves from the rest, because a lot of people think that success is acquired in large quantities, right? But they don't really hone in and focus on the quality of it. And Rafael did at a very young age. And that really was his focus and his vision since the start. And look where he is at today.
Yeah, I mean, Rafael's an impressive young man. I actually had no idea he was that young. Frankly, I was hoping he was in his 30s. That would make me feel better.
I know, me too. Yes.
That's amazing. I mean, I've read up on him. He puts a lot out there on social media, and again, I'll share what I've read. Right, his story about wanting to help his mom and be that anchor and really help his family is amazing. So I'm coming to the event for all the people you have, but let's be clear. I'm looking forward to meeting Rafael and just hearing his story and all of that. It's pretty amazing.
I have had the pleasure of interviewing him on our podcast with Charles Nguyen. Just a phenomenal person, and just the stories that I've heard. But the story that Gary Harper shared impacted me because of that. We all see where he's at now, right? And also all his marketing and the way he puts himself out there, but really putting, if you peel that all the way back to his core values and his core, the way he runs his operation, that really tells you a lot. And you have a lot of people out there that are influencers that are doing very, very well. And you hear the stories, right? Well, some of them are not very humble. Some of them are a little bit, that ego. Yeah. But with Rafael, it's different. He's a very humble guy. And I love what you mentioned there, that his desire to help his family, his mom and his brother and his entire family. I know his family's from Bolivia. And so I've heard some of the stories, and I've heard great things. And I haven't had the pleasure to meet him personally, but I've heard fantastic things. So I'm really excited to have him out here in Houston. It's his actual first time going outside of Tampa, speaking outside of Tampa. So that's a big treat.
Yeah.
We were able to secure him to come out of his zone, out of his comfort zone, and come to Texas. And he is thrilled. He's so excited to be here.
Yeah. Rafael's going to be amazing. Yeah. There's a couple of things I've taken from his story. Again, I got to say it. I was hoping he was in his 30s. I really was. To see that he's 26 or 27 is pretty amazing. So first off, his why is unquestioned, right? A lot of people think they have a why, but when you go back and you research this young man, you could see the why was really at his core, right? There was no question that he was going to go forward. To see where he started with nothing, and 6 years later, he's doing 80 transactions a month, right? Let's not forget that 80 transactions a month. That's for a business day. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So to hear the story, to talk about what he's doing and giving away the value, right? Because that's the goal of the event is going to be amazing. And shoot, if I could do 8 deals a month, I'd be happy. Let alone 80 deals a month. So
I know, and that's the thing. Yes, and that's the thing with Rafael. He has such a grand vision. His vision is so beyond what we can comprehend, really, because I think, well, I'm doing well for myself. We're handling X amount of deals a month. We average, because, some deals kind of extend out further than we want them to. Yeah. But wow, 80 deals a month. When I heard that number, I was just like, yeah, time to step up the game. Time for me to wholescale my way up there, right? And so that's what we wanted to. That's why we wanted to headline him, because he's such an ultra mega phenomenal wholescaler, and what better than for him to headline our event.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean, I mean, of all the people out there, I mean, if you were just to pick a list of the top three, he would be in the top three and he'd be the top one. So you nailed it. Congrats on getting him to Texas.
thank you. Thank you. We're very blessed and we're very grateful for this platform and for everyone that said yes. I think that that's key. That's something that we discuss among our team, how important it is to show up for yourself, right? First of all, you definitely have to show up for yourself. But then these people are so successful. All of our wholescalers on our lineup are so successful. They have taken the extra mile and they have said yes to giving back. They said yes to sharing their story and sharing their secrets with all of our attendees. And what I love is that, first of all, none of them are charging us to get on stage, which says a lot about them. And I know they probably don't want me to say that, but it's the truth. They're not being paid to get up on stage, which is huge, because you have some people that have been in the business maybe a little bit less time than they have, or haven't achieved that level of success, and they're charging thousands and thousands of dollars to go out and speak for an hour. All of these fantastic go-givers are carving time out of their busy schedules and taking them out of their operations and coming to speak to all of us is such a treat. And they all just jumped on the opportunity of, yes, I want to connect with the community. I want to share what's working for me. And that's amazing, because you usually have to pay a lot of money for things like that.
Yeah.
And our tickets are pretty accessible in pricing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, let's go back to kind of your vision for the event. So we know who the headliner is. He's worth the price of admission by himself. But now you have 3 days, right? You're working with 3 other partners. There's Vision for Houston, biggest event. What's how do you put that out there? How do you tackle 3 days?
So yes, I think we're going to do a separate show, right, where we're going to discuss what the 3 days involve. But what we're going to do, the whole vision behind this is, when we sat down to plan this, and this has taken some days and days of planning and just think tanking and locking ourselves up in a room where nobody will find us, and just hashing down this whole idea as to why wholesaling, what is this for? And so we realize that as wholesalers, we have a plethora of issues that come up. And if you go back and look at most of the events that are held throughout the nation, they are acquisitions heavy. They talk about acquisitions and how to get a deal, how to put houses under contract, but then you don't really talk about the lead generation. They don't really talk about the disposition side of it, how to not let a deal go without, how to use your current deal flow now and not leave anything on the table, right? So that's the goal. The goal is to address every issue wholesalers are having now in their business and what is holding them back from scaling. And so a big topic that is recurring within our community is, how do we onboard? What does the process look like of onboarding people onto our team? How do we place them on the right seat? Because you may have somebody that, and this we took from the Gary Harper Sharper Business Solutions, is how do you know where to place, if you have an integrator, if you have a visionary, if you have mavericks, what position do you fit best in your own company? And us as entrepreneurs and CEOs of our own company, we are probably sitting in the wrong seat. That's awesome. An issue. Because if you're sitting in the wrong seat, then your business is not going to be able to thrive. It's not going to be able to take off. And you're always going to be working in the business instead of on the business, right? Yeah. So we're going to discuss that. We're going to have, I'm going to just throw it out there. We're going to have Nick Perry from Austin. He used to work with Indeed.com, which is, of our time, Monster.com. My apologies there.
That's okay.
So the whole goal there is to address also how that onboarding system looks like. What does that entail? How to properly place people in the right seat, and how to scale and have your business run remotely or virtually. Because you have a lot of people say, well, if I hire a VA, how does that look? How do I onboard them? And we went through that headache ourselves. And if you listen across the board, that's an issue that most of us have in our own business, even if we don't wholesale, even if we're just flipping or we're doing rentals as well. We don't have the right people in the right seats, our businesses won't thrive.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the fact for your vision is you are treating it like a business, right? What are all the aspects, the legs of the stool, whatever you want to call it, because that's what it is. It is a business. It's not all checks and or just acquisitions, right? You're going to be talking about everything.
Right.
I think that's a tremendous vision. You put on top of that a headliner like Raphael, who again should be in his 30s, but he's 26 or 27, son of a gun. So this,
I know.
So this is pretty.
I know. I feel the same way. I'm like,
why don't we talk about that giveaway? Because I think you're doing a giveaway this week. And we're going to get this video out today. So why don't we talk about the giveaway that you have?
Sure, absolutely. So the giveaway, first of all, we are doing a giveaway. If you buy a ticket this week, we will upgrade you to the next level, which is the whole goal, right? Leveling up to the next level, obviously. So first of all, we have a discount code. And the discount code, if you go to wholescalinglive.com, and you choose any of the ticket levels, you input your discount code, the REI CEO. If you input that discount code, you will receive a 25% off discount off your ticket price. Now, if you purchase a mid-level ticket, so excuse me if I don't have the right, I don't want to say the wrong name. So if you choose, there's 3 level tickets. If you choose the mid-level ticket, and you buy your ticket this weekend between today, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you will be entered into a drawing to win a next level ticket. So that next level will put you at the very front of the stage, the closest to the stage, and you will also be able to participate in our meet and greet luncheons and get some one-on-one time with our speakers. We will also include a think tank session, which will be on Monday after the event, where we will pretty much tie the bow around everything that we covered the entire weekend and just kind of do the highlights, a reel of the highlights of all the main points that were covered throughout the entire weekend. And we will have some of the speakers there. I can't define right now who, because we're still figuring out which speakers are able to stay through Monday, but you will be able to think tank along with these high level individuals that are on our lineup.
Very, very cool. So Elizabeth, I just want to make sure we have this right. So is the giveaway for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or is it for the week, the 2nd through the 9th?
For the week, so the weekend from the 2nd through the 4th, 2nd through the 4th. So it's starting today, Friday,
okay,
all the way through Sunday midnight. If you buy your ticket within these next 3 days, we will upgrade you. So you'd have to buy a mid-level ticket. And yep. I know I'm going to say it wrong. So
that's okay.
Mid-level. I believe, mid-level. Yeah. So if you buy a mid-level ticket, right. There's 3 levels. So the mid-level ticket, if you buy that mid-level ticket between now and Sunday midnight, you will be entered for the giveaway to get the upgrade. And the upgrade includes, like I said again, the think tank on Monday with some of the speakers, all the luncheon, greet, and meets every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of the event, October 4, 5, and 6. You'll be a part of that. And you just get also easy access to the speakers, and you get better seating as well, which is really close to the stage.
Yeah, and let's not forget the coupon code, because worst case, you save 25%. The REI
Yes, 25%. The REI CEO, yes.
All right, Elizabeth, this has been a lot of fun. Again, I'm so excited about what you're doing. You're tackling the entire business. You're not just focused on acquisitions or the big checks. It's all of it, from VAs to how you manage people, the right seats. You're looking yourself in the mirror, right? Are you in the right seat? And then you got Raphael coming in to headline the event. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to make sure we get this video up here in the next couple of hours. And I want to thank you for what you're doing. And I look forward to seeing you there and getting a picture with you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Oh, yes. We're going to take a ton of selfies. I can't wait, Michael. It'll be exciting to have you. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks.